Welcome to HD Rare Coins 111, the place where history meets treasure. Here, every coin tells a story, from the oldest United States classics that shaped our past to the newest rare discoveries that amaze collectors today. If you love the thrill of uncovering hidden value, exploring the beauty of design, and learning the secrets behind coins worth fortunes, then you're in the right place. Join us as we dive deep into the world of rare U.S. coins, both old and new, and reveal the fascinating details that make them priceless. Top 1. In 1984, the United States Mint struck a coin that millions of Americans used every day without a second thought: the Roosevelt dime. Small, shiny, and often overlooked, this 10-cent piece quietly carried with it a deep legacy of American history. But what if I told you that some 1984 Roosevelt dimes are worth far more than just 10 cents? In fact, a few rare examples have shocked collectors with their staggering value. The Roosevelt dime was first introduced in 1946, 1 year after the death of President Franklin D. Roosevelt. The nation wanted to honor his memory, especially his role in establishing the March of Dimes, an organization dedicated to fighting polio. It was a fitting tribute that linked his legacy to the coin that bore his name. Designed by John R. Sinek, the dime features Roosevelt's strong and determined profile on the obverse side. The words "Liberty" and "In God We Trust" surround his face, while the date 1984 marks its year of minting. Just below the portrait lies the designer's initials, J.S., a quiet signature of his work. On the reverse side, the design beautifully captures the spirit of America. A torch in the center symbolizes liberty, flanked by an olive branch representing peace on one side and an oak branch for strength on the other. Together, these symbols stand for the values Roosevelt himself championed throughout his lifetime. In 1984, the Roosevelt dime was minted at two major facilities, Philadelphia and Denver. Coins from Philadelphia carried no mint mark, while those from Denver featured a small D to the right of the torch on the reverse side. Both mints produced millions of dimes, ensuring they circulated widely across the nation. However, as every coin collector knows, not all coins are the same. Among these millions, a few stand out for their rarity, beauty, or unusual minting errors. These are the coins that make headlines in the world of numismatics. The 1984 dime was made of a copper-nickel clad composition, a mix of metals that had replaced the original silver in 1965. Though these modern dimes may not have silver, their value lies in rarity, condition, and era. Varieties point. One of the most fascinating discoveries involving the 1984 Roosevelt dime comes from coins struck with doubled dies. These coins display slight doubling in the inscriptions or design features, especially around Liberty or the date. Under magnification, these errors are visible and can make a coin worth thousands of dollars. There are also examples of off-center strikes, where part of the design is missing because the planchet wasn't properly aligned during minting. Such dimes are instantly eye-catching and highly collectible. Another variety that excites collectors is the missing clad layer error. In this case, one side of the dime appears copper-colored because the nickel layer didn't bond correctly. These rare mistakes make a dime stand out dramatically from regular coins. Sometimes, even the simplest minting imperfections, like die cracks or weak strikes, can add value. Each mistake tells a unique story of how that coin came to be, giving it personality and rarity. The condition of a 1984 Roosevelt dime also plays a massive role in determining its worth. Coins that have never been circulated, known as mint state or proof coins, are far more desirable than those that have been in pockets or cash registers for decades. Proof coins from 1984 were struck at the San Francisco Mint, bearing the S Mint mark. These special coins were made with extra care, featuring mirror-like fields and sharp details. When kept sealed and spotless, they can command impressive prices from collectors. Grading plays an essential role in the coin's value. A Roosevelt dime graded MS-68 or higher, nearly flawless and gleaming, can attract the attention of top collectors. The higher the grade, the higher the potential value. Collectors often use magnifying lenses and precise lighting to examine each detail, ensuring there are no scratches or discolorations. The more perfect the surface, the more remarkable the coin. What's truly fascinating is how easily such treasures can be overlooked. Most people see a dime as just 10 cents, but those who look closely might spot subtle details that reveal an incredible story. The 1984 dime is a product of its time, a reflection of American resilience during the 1980s, a period of innovation, change, and optimism. And within this small coin lies a connection to one of America's most beloved presidents. Roosevelt's image reminds us of leadership and determination. Each time someone handled a dime, they carried a little piece of that history, a symbol of courage and service. Collectors value not only the design and rarity, but also the historical connection this coin represents. It bridges the past and the present, showing how something so small can hold so much meaning. Over the years, the Roosevelt dime has remained one of the most consistent and respected coins in circulation. Its design has changed very little, a testament to its timeless appeal. Many people have found rare and valuable 1984 dimes simply by examining their pocket change or old coin jars. It's proof that even in modern coinage, hidden treasures still exist. If you're lucky enough to find a 1984 Roosevelt dime that looks different or unusually shiny, it's worth inspecting. You might be holding one of those rare minting errors that can change your fortune. Check for details like doubling, off-center designs, or any strange coloration. Even a small difference can turn an ordinary dime into a collector's dream. Coin collectors around the world constantly search for these elusive pieces, and some have already discovered examples that sold for jaw-dropping prices at auctions. Stories of people finding valuable coins in everyday change have inspired many new collectors to start their own treasure hunts. After all, the thrill of discovery is part of what makes coin collecting so exciting. The 1984 Roosevelt dime reminds us that value can be hidden in plain sight. What looks ordinary today could be a treasure tomorrow if we take the time to look closely. Every coin has a story, and the 1984 dime tells one of craftsmanship, legacy, and American pride, a story worth remembering and celebrating. So, before you spend that next dime without thinking, take a second to check it. You never know, you might just have a piece of history in your hand. And here's the incredible part. One rare 1984 United States of America Roosevelt 1 dime has been sold for a mind-blowing amount of $88,000. So, take a close look at your coins and share in the excitement. Comment below about your own coins so we can help you find out more about them. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, leave your thoughts in the comments, and give this video a big like to keep supporting our journey through the fascinating world of rare and valuable coins. Top 2. In 1991, a small coin made its way into the hands of millions of Americans, the Roosevelt 1 dime. To most, it was just a simple 10-cent piece, tossed into change jars, vending machines, and wallets. But for coin collectors, the 1991 Roosevelt dime holds secrets that make it far more fascinating than its tiny size suggests. Hidden among the ordinary coins are rare and valuable treasures worth thousands of dollars, waiting to be discovered by sharp-eyed collectors. The Roosevelt dime is one of America's most enduring coin designs, first introduced in 1946. It was created to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt, whose leadership during the Great Depression and World War II left an everlasting mark on history. But beyond politics, Roosevelt had another powerful connection to the dime: his founding of the March of Dimes, a campaign to fight polio, the disease he himself battled. The dime's design was created by John R. Sinek, who crafted a portrait of Roosevelt that captures his calm strength and determination. On the obverse side, his profile faces left, surrounded by the inscriptions, "Liberty, in God We Trust," and the year 1991. Beneath his neckline, you can spot Sinek's initials, JS, a small tribute to the man behind this lasting design. Flip the coin over, and you'll see the powerful symbolism of the reverse. At the center stands a torch, the flame of liberty, flanked by an olive branch on one side, representing peace, and an oak branch on the other, symbolizing strength and victory. The words, E pluribus unum, connect these images, reminding us of unity and diversity within America. In 1991, the U.S. Mint produced Roosevelt dimes at 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Coins from Philadelphia carry no mint mark, those from Denver have a small D mark, and proof coins from San Francisco bear the letter S. Each mint struck millions of dimes that year, but only a few were destined to become rare collector's pieces. The coins were made using a copper-nickel clad composition, a durable mix that replaced silver in dimes after 1964. Though the metal content may have changed, the precision of craftsmanship remained as high as ever, making the dime a beautiful example of modern minting technology. But as with many coins, the 1991 dime's value doesn't just depend on what it's made of, it depends on rarity, condition, and the presence of unusual minting errors. These errors, created by chance during production, are what makes some 1991 dimes worth an extraordinary amount. One of the most sought-after errors from 1991 involves the missing mint mark. Some dimes struck at the Philadelphia Mint left the factory without the expected P mark, an error that can dramatically increase a coin's value. Another exciting find comes from double die errors, where parts of the design appear doubled due to a misalignment during the striking process. This doubling can often be seen in the lettering, numbers, or even Roosevelt's features when examined under magnification. Collectors also prize off-center strikes, where part of the design is missing because the blank planchet wasn't perfectly centered. Each one of these is unique, a true one-of-a-kind error that tells its own story. Then there are dimes struck on the wrong metal planchet, a rare but thrilling mistake that creates coins with unusual weights or colors. These errors are incredibly rare and can sell for large sums at auction. Even without errors, high-grade uncirculated 1991 dimes can be surprisingly valuable. When a coin is preserved in mint-fresh condition, showing its original shine and no signs of wear, collectors are willing to pay big money for it. Coins graded mint state, MS 67 or higher by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC are among the finest examples known. These coins often have flawless surfaces and sharp details, making them a highlight in any collection. Proof coins from the San Francisco Mint are another exciting find. Struck multiple times using specially polished dies, these coins feature a mirror-like background and frosted design. If kept in pristine condition, they can be worth far more than their face value. Even though billions of dimes circulate in the U.S., finding a 1991 Roosevelt dime in superb condition is not easy. Over time, coins lose their luster through handling and wear, making untouched examples increasingly rare. Collectors often store their coins in protective holders to preserve their quality. The less a coin is exposed to air, moisture, and friction, the better it maintains its original appearance, and the higher its potential value. The Roosevelt dime's design has remained nearly unchanged for decades, symbolizing continuity and respect for a great American leader. In 1991, its familiar image represented both stability and history in a rapidly changing world. For many collectors, owning a Roosevelt dime from the early 90s connects them not just to coinage, but to a time when craftsmanship still held deep value. It's a reminder that even the smallest pieces of currency can carry big stories. Numismatists, or coin collectors, love to hunt for these hidden treasures. They know that a simple glance isn't enough. You have to look carefully, under the right light, and with a magnifier to truly see what others might miss. That's the thrill of collecting, discovering something extraordinary where others see the ordinary. A small difference, like a missing mint mark or a doubled letter, could mean a fortune. Stories of people finding rare dimes and pocket change continue to surface, inspiring more and more people to check their own coins. And the 1991 Roosevelt dime is among those modern rarities that can make anyone's day. Beyond its value, though, this coin represents the heart of American resilience. From Roosevelt's leadership to the enduring design that bears his face, it stands as a small but powerful tribute to strength and hope. The 1991 dime may be light in weight, but it carries a heavy legacy, one built on courage, compassion, and national pride. It's not just a coin, it's a story pressed in metal. So, the next time you find a dime from 1991, don't rush to spend it. Take a closer look, the small details might surprise you. You never know, that little coin might be one of the rare ones, carrying an error or perfect strike that makes it worth a life-changing amount. Even in a world of digital payments, coins like this keep history alive, reminding us of the artistry and meaning behind every design. And as collectors continue to search, new discoveries are always being made. Because treasure can be hidden in the most unexpected places. So check your change, your drawers, and your old coin jars. That small dime could be worth far more than you ever imagined. And now comes the moment every collector loves to hear. A rare and flawless 1991 United States of America Roosevelt 1 dime has sold for an astonishing amount of $77,000. So don't underestimate the power of small change. Your next dime might be the lucky one. Comment below about your own coins so we can help you find out more about them. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, share your coin stories in the comments, and give this video a big like to support our journey through the fascinating world of rare and valuable coins. Top 3. In 2004, the United States Mint released a small but powerful symbol of American history, the Roosevelt 1 dime. To most people, it was just 10 cents, tossed into pockets, card trays, or jars of spare change. But for collectors, this coin represents something much more, a modern masterpiece that hides incredible stories and, in some rare cases, surprising value. Yes, some 2004 Roosevelt dimes have been discovered to be worth thousands of dollars. The dime may be one of the smallest coins in U.S. currency, but its legacy is enormous. Since 1946, it has carried the proud face of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, a leader whose courage and compassion helped guide America through the Great Depression and World War II. The coin was designed as a tribute not only to his leadership but also to his fight against polio, an effort symbolized through the March of Dimes organization. John R. Sinek, the coin's original designer, gave the Roosevelt dime a look that would endure for decades. His detailed portrait of Roosevelt captures wisdom, strength, and hope, traits that reflected the man himself. On the obverse, you'll find the inscriptions, "Liberty, in God we trust," and the year 2004. The reverse side of the coin is a work of symbolism and simplicity. A flaming torch in the center represents liberty, flanked by an olive branch for peace and an oak branch for strength. Together, they create a design that reminds Americans of the country's enduring values. In 2004, the U.S. Mint produced Roosevelt dimes at two major facilities, Philadelphia and Denver. Coins from Philadelphia carry no mint mark, while those from Denver feature a small D mark to the right of the torch. Both mints struck millions of dimes, ensuring they circulated widely across the nation. But even in such massive production, rare treasures can emerge. Some coins leave the mint with small, unintentional differences, minting errors, that make them worth far more than their face value. These rare mistakes are what collectors dream of finding. The 2004 Roosevelt dime was made from a copper core with a nickel-clad outer layer, giving it that familiar silvery shine. Though modern in composition, each coin was struck with remarkable precision, and yet, a few rare examples turned out differently. One of the most famous varieties found among Roosevelt dimes is the missing clad layer error. In these coins, one of the nickel layers didn't bond correctly, exposing the reddish copper underneath. Such dimes look unusual and instantly catch a collector's eye. Another fascinating variety involves off-center strikes, where the design is shifted or incomplete because the planchet wasn't properly aligned. These coins are always unique, and the more dramatic the error, the more valuable it becomes. There are also double die errors, where parts of the design appear slightly doubled due to a misalignment during the striking process. This doubling can often be seen in the date, lettering, or even Roosevelt's facial features when viewed under magnification. Collectors are constantly on the lookout for such details, knowing that even the smallest imperfection can turn a dime into a treasure worth thousands of dollars. Proof coins from 2004 were also struck at the San Francisco Mint and carry an S mint mark. These coins were made with extra care using polished dies, resulting in mirror-like finishes and crisp details. When kept in pristine condition, proof dimes can become highly sought-after collector's items. Condition plays a major role in a coin's value. A 2004 dime that has circulated and shows wear might only be worth 10 cents. But an uncirculated example, especially one graded mint state, MS 68 or higher, can command an impressive price in the market. Grading services such as PCGS and NGC evaluate these coins based on strike quality, luster, and surface preservation. The higher the grade, the more collectors are willing to pay. For those lucky enough to find a flawless or error 2004 dime, the reward can be extraordinary. Some have sold for staggering amounts, proving that modern coins can still hold immense value. What makes the 2004 dime especially interesting is that it's part of the modern coinage era, a period where advanced minting technology was supposed to eliminate most mistakes. That means any error that does exist is far rarer than older coin errors. These rare finds become even more exciting because they're often discovered by ordinary people. Someone sorting through spare change or examining an old coin jar could stumble upon one without even realizing it at first. Coin collecting isn't just about profit, it's about discovery, history, and appreciation of the artistry behind every minting. The Roosevelt dime stands as a perfect example of that passion. This coin connects collectors not just to Roosevelt's legacy but to the craftsmanship and precision of the U.S. Mint. Each detail, from the torch to the branches, represents ideals that have stood the test of time. Even though billions of dimes have been made, the thrill of finding one rare and valuable coin never fades. That's what keeps collectors searching, the possibility that something extraordinary could be hiding in plain sight. In 2004, these dimes reflected not only Roosevelt's memory but also America's enduring belief in liberty and unity. Every coin, no matter how small, carried a piece of that story. When you hold a 2004 Roosevelt dime, you're holding a connection to decades of history, a reminder that even the smallest object can carry immense meaning. So before you overlook that dime in your change, take a closer look. Check for unusual colors, off-center designs, or double details. You never know what treasure you might be holding. Stories continue to surface of people discovering rare coins in the most unexpected places, proving that coin collecting is as exciting today as it was generations ago. So, check your pockets, drawers, and jars of change, because your next dime might be worth far more than you think. And now, here's the amazing part. One rare and flawless 2004 United States of America Roosevelt 1 dime has been sold for an unbelievable amount of $47,000. So, take a look at your own coins. Who knows what hidden treasures you might find? Comment below about your own coins so we can help you learn more about them. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, share your stories in the comments, and give this video a big like to keep supporting our journey through the fascinating world of rare and valuable coins. Top 4. In 2005, the United States Mint continued its long tradition of producing one of America's most recognizable coins, the Roosevelt 1 dime. Though it's small, light, and often overlooked, this little silver-colored coin carries a story that stretches across decades of American history. Most people see it as just 10 cents, but collectors know that some 2005 Roosevelt dimes have become treasures worth thousands of dollars. The Roosevelt dime is one of the most iconic coins in U.S. history. It first appeared in 1946, designed to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt, a man whose strength and leadership helped guide the nation through its darkest times. Beyond politics, Roosevelt's work to fight polio and his support for the March of Dimes made this coin's design even more meaningful. The artist behind the dime's design, John R. Sinek, created a portrait of Roosevelt that perfectly captures his courage and wisdom. On the obverse side, his face is shown in sharp profile, accompanied by the inscriptions, "Liberty, in God we trust," and the year 2005. Just beneath his neck are the tiny initials, JS, forever marking Sinek's artistry. Turn the coin over, and the symbolism continues. The reverse features a torch, representing liberty, flanked by an olive branch for peace and an oak branch for strength. Together, they remind us of the values that define the American spirit: freedom, unity, and endurance. In 2005, the Roosevelt dime was struck at two main mints, Philadelphia and Denver. The Philadelphia Mint produced coins with no mint mark, while the Denver Mint coins bore a small D to the right of the torch. Both mints produced hundreds of millions of dimes that year, ensuring their circulation across the country. However, even among billions of coins, rare and valuable examples emerged, coins with unique errors or perfect conditions that collectors dream of finding. These are the coins that transform everyday pocket change into real treasure. The 2005 dime was made using the standard copper-nickel clad composition, featuring a copper core sandwiched between layers of nickel. While these coins lack the silver of earlier decades, they still carry immense value in history, design, and sometimes rarity. Collectors are particularly fascinated by coins that contain minting errors. One of the most well-known varieties involves off-center strikes, where the coin's design is partially missing due to a misalignment during minting. These mistakes make every affected dime unique. Another highly collectible error is the missing clad layer dime. In these rare cases, the nickel coating didn't properly bond to the copper core, leaving one side of the coin with a distinctive reddish color. These dimes stand out immediately from ordinary ones. There are also double die errors, where the coin's details appear slightly double due to imperfections in the die used for striking. These can often be seen in the lettering, numbers, or even in Roosevelt's facial features. Proof coins were also produced in 2005 at the San Francisco Mint, identifiable by the S Mint mark. These coins were struck multiple times on specially polished planchets, giving them mirror-like backgrounds and sharp, frosted designs. Proof Roosevelt dimes are not meant for circulation, which means they're usually kept in perfect condition by collectors. When graded highly, these coins can bring significant value on the market. Condition is everything in coin collecting. A 2005 dime that's been circulated and shows wear might not be worth more than 10 cents, but a flawless, uncirculated coin can command hundreds, or even thousands, of dollars if it's rare or graded high. The grading scale for coins runs from 1 to 70, with mint state, MS 70 being a perfect coin without any marks or imperfections. Dimes graded MS 68 or higher are considered rare and highly valuable among collectors. Even though the 2005 dime might seem modern, finding one in exceptional condition is not easy. Coins that have been handled, scratched, or discolored lose much of their collector value. That's why preservation is key for coin enthusiasts. Collectors often store their best coins in airtight holders to prevent exposure to moisture and air. Over time, even a small amount of oxidation can dull the coin's brilliant shine. The Roosevelt dime has remained virtually unchanged since its debut, making it one of the most consistent designs in U.S. coinage. This consistency is part of its charm, a symbol of America's respect for history and tradition. For numismatists, each year's dime tells a slightly different story. From subtle design adjustments to rare minting errors, every year offers something new to discover. The 2005 dime is particularly fascinating because it represents modern minting precision. By this time, technology at the U.S. Mint had become incredibly advanced, which makes finding an error from this year all the more exciting. When an error coin escapes such tight quality control, it becomes a prized discovery, a rare moment where technology and human oversight intersect to create an unintentional masterpiece. Collectors all over the world search for these unusual dimes, using magnifying lenses and digital scales to spot variations others might miss. It's like treasure hunting, but with history in your hands. There's something deeply satisfying about finding value where no one else sees it. The 2005 Roosevelt dime proves that even modern coins can hold secrets worth uncovering. Some lucky collectors have already stumbled upon rare 2005 dimes that fetch thousands at auction, simply because of a small error or exceptional preservation. It's a reminder that valuable coins aren't always ancient. Sometimes, they're hiding in your pocket change or sitting unnoticed in an old coin jar. Even if you don't find a rare error, collecting dimes connects you to decades of American history. It's a way of holding time itself, preserved in metal, art, and craftsmanship. The Roosevelt dime's simple yet meaningful design continues to inspire generations of collectors. It represents leadership, courage, and the enduring spirit of a great nation. Every dime tells a story of where it's been, who's held it, and how it's survived. The 2005 dime is no different. It's a piece of everyday history that might be hiding extraordinary value. So, the next time you spot a dime from 2005, take a closer look. You might just be holding a rare gem without even realizing it. Inspect it carefully for errors, shine, and detail. Because even in today's world, treasure can still hide in the smallest places. And here's the amazing part. A rare and flawless 2005 United States of America Roosevelt 1 dime has sold for an incredible amount of $44,000. So, don't underestimate your change. Your next dime might be the one worth a fortune. Comment below about your own coins so we can help you find out more about them. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, share your stories in the comments, and give this video a big like to support our journey through the fascinating world of rare and valuable coins. Top 5. In 2008, the United States Mint continued its proud tradition of striking one of the smallest yet most beloved American coins, the Roosevelt 1 dime. It's easy to overlook, but this little silver-colored coin carries decades of history, artistry, and meaning that goes far beyond its 10-cent value. For some lucky collectors, a rare 2008 dime could even be worth thousands of dollars. The Roosevelt dime has been a part of American life since 1946, introduced shortly after the death of President Franklin D. Roosevelt. His face on the dime is more than just a tribute to his leadership. It's a symbol of his fight against polio and his connection to the March of Dimes campaign, which helped countless Americans. The obverse side of the dime shows a left-facing portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt. Around him, the words, "Liberty, in God we trust," and the date 2008 are engraved. Just below his neck, the small initials, JS, remind us of the talented designer, John R. Sinek. On the reverse side, the design is both simple and powerful. A burning torch stands tall in the center, representing liberty, while an olive branch symbolizes peace and an oak branch stands for strength. These three symbols together express the core ideals of the American spirit. In 2008, two major mints produced Roosevelt dimes for circulation, Philadelphia and Denver. Coins from Philadelphia have no mint mark, while those from Denver display a small D to the right of the torch on the reverse. Each mint struck hundreds of millions of these tiny coins. But even among billions, some special ones stand out, coins struck with errors or preserved in flawless condition that make collectors' hearts race. These are the coins that turn ordinary pocket change into extraordinary finds. The 2008 Roosevelt dime was made from a copper-nickel-clad composition, with a pure copper core layered between two outer shells of nickel. While it doesn't contain silver, it shines beautifully and holds immense collector value when found in perfect shape or with unique features. Some collectors have found dimes from this year with off-center strikes, coins that were not perfectly aligned during minting. This error leaves parts of the design missing, giving the coin a one-of-a-kind appearance. Other rare examples include dimes missing one of their clad layers. When this happens, one side of the coin shows a reddish-brown tone, revealing the copper underneath. These are rare minting mistakes that make the coin stand out immediately. Double die errors are another variety to watch for. In these cases, letters or numbers appear slightly doubled because of a misalignment in the die. Even small doubling on Roosevelt's profile, or the word, Liberty, can make a coin highly collectible. The San Francisco Mint also produced proof versions of the 2008 Roosevelt dime. These coins were made for collectors, not circulation, and carry the S Mint mark. Their mirror-like finish and razor-sharp details make them miniature works of art. Proof coins are struck multiple times under high pressure, ensuring that every line and texture shines clearly. When stored carefully, these proof coins can retain their brilliance for decades, adding beauty and value to any collection. The value of a 2008 dime depends heavily on its condition. Circulated coins, the kind found in everyday use, usually hold face value, but uncirculated or proof coins can sell for much more. Coin grading plays a major role here. Coins are rated on a scale from 1 to 70, with a grade of MS-70 meaning the coin is in perfect, flawless condition. Even a single nick or mark can drop its grade and value significantly. Collectors seek out coins graded MS-68 or higher, as those are exceptionally rare for modern dimes. A 2008 dime in such pristine condition can fetch impressive prices at auctions or among collectors. Modern coins are not often thought of as rare, but small minting errors or perfect preservation can make them highly desirable. That's what makes the hunt so exciting. You never know what's hiding in your change. The 2008 Roosevelt dime continues a legacy of consistency in U.S. coin design. Since 1946, the image of Roosevelt and the Torch of Liberty have remained virtually unchanged, representing stability and national pride. Every dime tells a story of history, resilience, and the evolution of minting technology. By 2008, the U.S. Mint's precision was at its peak, which makes finding a coin with a noticeable error all the more extraordinary. Collectors know that error coins are like lightning strikes, rare, unpredictable, and thrilling when discovered. Each one carries its own fingerprint of history. Even without errors, the beauty of the dime lies in its simplicity. Its design reflects the spirit of America, small in size, but mighty in meaning. When you hold a 2008 dime, you're holding a piece of history that's been passed from hand to hand, across cities, states, and generations. Sometimes, the most valuable coins are the ones that seem the most ordinary. A single overlooked dime can tell a story worth far more than its face value. Collectors often describe the Roosevelt dime as the gateway coin, the piece that inspires people to start looking closely at their change. And once you start, you never look at coins the same way again. It's incredible how a dime minted in 2008 could become a hidden gem, waiting for the right person to recognize its rarity and worth. Every detail, from the shine of its surface to the clarity of its edges, can make a world of difference when determining its value. That's why it's always worth checking your coins carefully. Who knows? The next Roosevelt dime you find might be something special. Coin collecting isn't just about money, it's about discovery, history, and the joy of finding value where others see none. The Roosevelt dime reminds us that greatness often comes in the smallest packages, and that even a simple coin can hold a story of leadership, strength, and freedom. So, if you ever come across a 2008 dime, take a moment to look at it closely. You might just be holding something much more valuable than you think. And here's the astonishing part. A rare 2008 United States of America Roosevelt 1 dime has sold for an unbelievable amount of $33,000. So, check your coins carefully, and see if you might have one of these rare treasures hiding in plain sight. Comment below about your own coins so we can help you discover more about them. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, leave a comment, and give this video a big like to support our journey into the fascinating world of rare and valuable coins.